Hi, so today I want to talk about an important astrological transit that we will be witnessing tomorrow, and that is Venus is going into retrograde in the sign of Leo first from 23rd of July to 7th of August, and post that till 4th of September, it will be in the sign of Cancer. Now, we will be talking about what does that mean. Before I delve into the topic, I want to say that for whom am I making this video and how can you benefit from it. So basically this video is for people who do not understand astrology in depth, but understand that there are certain events that happen up in the sky which do affect energies, and these energies directly affect us in some or the other ways. And if we are able to understand them, we can function in a better way, right? So we're not obsessing about astrology. We're not looking at each and every astrological cutting or article. We are simply understanding that what is happening up in the sky. So Venus going in retrograde in the sign of Leo and Cancer. The keyword is retrogation or retrograde, or the second is Venus, and the third one are the signs in which it is going in retrograde, that is Cancer, Leo and Cancer. So retrograde I've already spoken about in Saturn video, where Saturn was going retrogression. Now what happens is, we all know sun is in the center and all the other grahas or the planets are revolving around the sun. Now in astrology, always the reference is the earth, because we are on the earth. So we always speak about these grahas from the point of view from the earth. Now what happens in retrogression is that all of these planets basically come while they are moving in whatever direction they are moving. There comes a time when they are furthest from the sun, and because they are farthest from the sun, they appear to be still, or they appear as if they are moving backward with respect to earth, right? So what happens is that during those times, this is what is called retrogression. And what happens that these planets function little differently, or they go backward, or they function from not from their own personality, but from the personality of the exact opposite planet that they are. I'll make it more easy. Let's understand it this way. Basically in astrology, you have to understand that just like we all have personality, these planets also have personality, right? And you can always say that they don't have consciousness, they don't have personality, but I'll tell you how astrology works. Basically, uh, each of us are different entities, right? Even if we are born in the same time, because time, how we understand time is very different than the time that these planet works. They work. So even if somebody is born approximately at the same time, some graha, their placement within the earth is different, right? So it's not only the time, it's not only the day or date, it's even the place that you were born, right? Hence Vedic astrology is so accurate, and it gives you not only the planets but even the nakshatras. So once you get into the depth of it, you'll understand that how accurate it is, and how each and every person, there is not even a single two similar janam patri that you would see, because each of us are unique. We have our own soul blueprint, and this is what is that blueprint. And whether you can change it or not change it, that we've already working on and talking about in karma, because this is not written in the stars, or not written on stone. It can always change. What we are talking here right now is that there are certain activities which happen up in the sky, and they do affect us. And why do they affect us? Because uh, I think that's a total different and a very detailed video that I will soon make, because where I will talk about that how exactly these things work, right? So right now, talking about retrograde Venus, so the planet looks like it's coming back. So what happens in Venus? Let's talk about Venus. So each planet has its own personality. Hence, Venus is responsible for love, for relationship, for attachment, for our assets, our aesthetics, pleasure, uh, all of this luxury. Basically, it is related to material, but it is also related to the other aspect, which is because, Venus is Shukracharya, and Shukracharya was Daitya's guru. So Jupiter is supposed to be Dev's guru. In the similar way, Daitya's guru is Shukracharya, Shukra. So hence he's also a guru, but it's more about the material world. So what happens when Venus will go in retrograde? Basically, what happens is, when a planet is going in retrogression, it is giving you a time to rethink. So say the way we spoke about in Saturn, Venus is all about all of this. So these are the areas which will these 40 days 40 nights will take you in a journey where you might see things appearing, disappearing, lessons, and certain aspect of this aspect of your life coming into surface, telling you to rethink, rework, or something that you are not learning. So that will appear in your life, right? So that's the basic theme of this retrograde. Now Venus basically goes in retrograde in almost 2 years. So this is that time, 40 days 40 nights almost. The other thing is that we know 12 signs, 12 signs. So each and every sign will have different houses where this transit will be affecting. We're not going in that depth of it unless I start my astrology videos, but you can at least understand that there will be some aspect in your life. Say we know that it is about relationship, we know it is about pleasure, it is about material aspect, right? Now for a Aries ascendant, it is falling somewhere in, say, 10th house. So it is related to careers and relationship related to career. Now, unless, if you don't want to get into the astrological aspect, at least personally, you can go through your own life, and you are aware that, I have to be conscious about relationships, about communication with the people in relationship. There might be certain things which will surface. So we just become little prepared. We are aware about the fact that this transit is happening. So there are certain things which will be appearing. So not to react, just to respond, just to observe. That is the key to this transit. And we know that because Venus is going retrograde, so there will be certain ups and downs. There will be a lot of pains or pleasure that we will be experiencing this time, depending on where my Venus is placed and what is my chart is all about. Now, there are two things to it. One is that it is going in the sign of Leo, and then for a major part it will be in the sign of Cancer. Now, people who are going through Venus dasha will experience it. They'll experience it. Basically, they'll be able to figure out that there is something that is happening. They will experience it more. People who have their moon or their Lagna in, so for the Leo time, if your moon and your Lagna is in moon, and then later if your moon or your Lagna is in Cancer, they will be affected. overall, if you are a Taurus or a Libra, because both of these signs are ruled by Venus, so your mental state might be affected during this time. You might see ups and downs in relationship, or you know, some aspect in your life where relationships will be affected. So you might feel that you'll have a lot of restlessness because of all of this. So you can always work on it. Right now, how do you work on it? Because this is a sign of material, this is the sign of luxury, of pleasure. When a planet is going retrograde, it changes its nature. So say so I'll give you an example. What happens is, basically, you can see it like this: sun is the father of all of these planets, so to say, and all of these planets are dependent on the sun to be where they are. Now when this planet is returning back, it is kind of a metaphor where it is saying that, I am done doing my work my way, my style. Now I want to come back to the source that I belong to. So what happens is that if it is a Venus sign, opposite of Venus is Jupiter, right? Even in kind of so if we understand that Venus is material, Jupiter is all about wisdom. It is more about it, like a sattvic planet, right? This is more of a rajasic planet. So it changes its nature. It will become more like Jupiter. So areas, this area of your life, relationship, love, asserts, pleasures, all of this will have a kind of, you'll be pushed toward this aspect of Venus. So you won't feel Venusian energy, but you'll feel more of a Jupiterian energy. So turning specifically to for these signs, or if you are somebody who doesn't know that Venus is affecting you, yet you are feeling these symptoms, that you're feeling restless related to relationships and all of this area, Venusian area, you can always turn toward the sattvic lifestyle. It will definitely help you. You can meditate, you can eat more sattvic, you can have a life style which is more sattvic during these 40 days. That will completely help you, and that is how you can sail through this transit. And we all know meditation is good for everybody, but if you are in these signs, you have a Lagna or moon in Leo and Cancer, or you are a Taurus or a Libra moon, you should turn to more sattvic nature during this time, because it'll show you a certain aspect of your relationship that you need to work on. You might see fights, you might see certain experiences related to this aspect of your life, but of course they are not there to harm us. They're there for our progress. So it gives you a time to rethink about what needs change in my relationships, in my way of dealing in relationship. This is what Venus will be teaching us for next 40 days and 40 nights, approximately 40 days. So yes, this is all about Venus going in retrograde in the sign of Leo and Cancer. I will talk about this in detail once I start talking about astrology more in detail. Then I'll talk about that, how each of these signs can, but at least to start with, we can understand that at least there are certain energies that affect us. And once you start understanding that these transit does affect us some or the other ways, you'll start working with them. So yes, have a nice weekend. Thank you so much.